Good morning. How are you? It's very nice to make another episode. Let's see who shows up. I'm looking at the Mark Sanchez investigation. And I want to give my thoughts on the injuries. And I'll paint my face. And there should be jet fighters over the house today. And Kiwi already feeling light. Does it just evaporate? What's up with that? Okay, that Mark Sanchez fight, a gruesome injury, maybe the most gruesome injury seen in a long time, unedited on the front page. The front page, New York, gruesome injury. New York is the place where they get gruesome injuries all the time, and now they got the number one guy in New York, the New York quarterback, apparently giving gruesome facial injuries. But the you'll see that. I don't want to say it was a self-inflicted wound, but potentially by the not Sanchez. It just Sanchez was getting stabbed in the right side of his chest, so with his right arm, Sanchez probably grabbed the knife. And they struggled, and the knife went up towards the other guy's face and got him on the cheek. Gruesome injury. Most people will have seen it. Like, this has been one of the most gruesome years, starting with Psycho Stupid getting punched out to Are We Stupid? Who Shot Kirk? And now, jump to stupid conclusions. Who's right and who's wrong in this Sanchez case? The real Hulk Hogan is in chat. Thanks for coming, Hollywood Hulkster. You just shit your pants. I'm saying that Sanchez, we have to know why he's chasing him. Sanchez has stooped to the level of a typical subway passenger. Who is that Marine that was ready to chokehold? How's my makeup, guys? Tap it up. Show the channel some love. Oh, fuck you. I like that. Perfect. You said it so I could say it. Everybody, drop a big FU POS in chat, okay? A big piece of shit, fuck you. Come on now. You don't like the way I think? You think I'm suggesting that Mark Sanchez is innocent. Yeah. Will he return to the NFL booth with holes in his chest? Probably not this season. It's really sad. He might even have trouble speaking. You know what I'm saying? Like, over three stab wounds to his chest, right? And Mark doesn't work on Monday Night Football. It would be a big difference if the Jets were playing today. What is today? The Jags and the Chiefs. Historical, not unrelated, just unrelated to Mark Sanchez. Okay, so don't expect big. You also shit your pants. The Ghost Reds. Yeah, the Reds got in the playoffs and shit twice in LA. That's what we like to make of a shit, okay? I'm from LA. That's my move too. I made you shit. I made that other guy shit. I made a Hulk Hogan shit, okay? Amazing. So, Ted, why you gotta be so good? Oh, Teddy, why you gotta be so good? Advice for a teen. Read maps. I'm picking a filter, guys. Come on, which filter do you think I'm gonna go with? Kitty filter? You want the kitty filter? Okay, we'll go kitty filter. You see the subs going up? No, but they are slowly. Come on. I see new people in chat. Come on, if you're new, tap it up, share the show. Okay. I guess I'm gonna sit and watch WTHR police. Mark Sanchez and this is the Indianapolis police are coming out. I should take out my earplugs. Start every morning with Venom for breakfast. Yeah. And cheers. It makes you feel like you'll feel like right when you wake up. Oh, I just woke up. Did you believe me? I just woke up. Yeah, 3 a.m. 5 hours ago I woke up. I didn't watch no Buffalo Bill. Who the hell wants to watch a Buffalo Bill football game? And they didn't even win. You had to watch a Patriot victory. Congratulations. Welcome. We respect the Patriots. I already do. I'm not looking to respect some Buffalo Bill. I expect the Patriots to win that game. I just have to say something. I think Sanchez will be innocent. That's what I think. I was yelling at a delivery driver too, guys. You don't know what it's like living downtown. Now every time I see a blue Vespa, I think it's that guy I was yelling at. What is the info? Let's listen. It's like just like cyclists do. He can't. He was conscious, but they couldn't. You still can't talk to him. Now, no, you can't talk to Sanchez. You can't talk to this delivery driver. You can't talk to Charlie Kirk. You can't talk to the Kirk shooter. That's 6 people I mentioned, right? Only 2 of them are available. 3 of them should be available for questioning. Rampage, Raja Rampage, Psycho Stu, Charlie Kirk, the shooter, Sanchez, the driver. People are outraged by these events, and Psycho Stu is alive, Raja Rampage is alive, the shooter is alive, Sanchez is alive. We had 1 fatality, five people who can't be questioned. So if Charlie was alive, he wouldn't have a comment, because nobody has comments, guys. They'll tell you. You'd get the same report that Psycho Stu gave out. He's off the ventilator and responsive. Real boring. It's like, here's the tip of a story, and follow through takes so long. We're now getting like survivors of Columbine are now talking. Instead of just talking the day it happened, oh, we can wait 30 years. Don't wait 30 years. But you have to have your career. Right. It is, 8 o'clock. The building is just getting awake. I'm not going to be theatrically loud or nothing. But I'm still sleeping, bedroom mode. Okay. When it's lunchtime, I'll be like making noise. Wait, let me see what I got. 2 in the pack. On schedule. More football tonight. So it was historic. The first ever Texans win in Baltimore. The first ever Jaguar win in San Francisco. The first ever Tampa Bay win in Texas. Are there any other historical droughts? See, the Colts have never won in SoFi. And they played twice at SoFi this year, so the Rams beat the Colts in SoFi, right? That's the last time the Rams win was over the Colts. But the Colts come in to play the Chargers later this year. But next week the Rams play the Ravens, and that should be a free victory. You don't cash them in ahead of time as many times as the Rams are going to be cashed in this week. The only game you can count on is that the Baltimore is not beating the Rams next week. Yeah. And let's look at next week's NFL schedule. Week 6, but there's one more game in week 5, okay? Don't worry about that. We got the Jags over the Chiefs, okay? Week 5, week 6, October 8th through 14th. We got the 6:30 game. The Jets at Denver. Who get is Broncos, Jets in London. Do the teams even know who they play for? It's just a bunch of people in England, okay? Throw away home field advantage. Probably take the Jets to win 2 in a row. A real shocker. Denver needs to have some losses, and the Chargers we'll pushing Chargers for home field to be hosting a playoff game. Okay, that's what we want. Arizona. Did they just win? They're in last place. Who did Arizona play? Get off this Arizona thought. They don't even need to follow through for it very well. Scroll down the page. The Titans upset the Arizona by 1 point. Right. They're going into the Colts. The Colts blew out the Raiders by 40. It's not going to be back-to-back 40-point Colt wins. The Colts should win. Yeah, okay. I'll take the Colts over the Arizona. Miami is drinking champagne, so they won't beat the Chargers next week. Chargers can beat the Chargers over Dolphins. Patriots at New Orleans. Amazingly, the Saints won their first game of the year, and the Patriots look like their old self. I think I'll lean on the Saints to win at home next week over the Patriots. Cleveland at Pittsburgh. It's a big test. Pittsburgh hasn't played a real game all year. I picked Pittsburgh to lose this game 2 months ago, back in when I first saw the schedule, May 15th, January, February, March. May 15th, whenever the schedule came out, I'm gonna take the Browns to beat the Steelers next week. And they're coming in off that loss. They lost to the Vikings, right? They got shut out in the fourth quarter. That's real bad. I'm still taking Cleveland. It's foolish, absolutely foolish to Pittsburgh should destroy Cleveland, honestly. Best of luck. Best of luck. And it really doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay, Dallas and Carolina. Take the Cowboys. Easy Cowboy win. Seattle at Jacksonville. That's a pretty rare game. I have to. Have the Seahawks ever won in Jacksonville? Let's see. They've probably only played 3 times. Yeah, roughly. Yeah. 9 all-time games. I have them all right here in front of me. They played in 95, 96, 2000, 2001, 2005, 2009, 13, 17, 21. Jacksonville lost. Very first game, November 1995 is the last time the Seahawks have won a game. Is that right? No, it was 2000. The year 2000. So it's been 24 years since the Seahawks have won a game in Jacksonville. That's a long time. I'm going to take the Jags to extend that. It'll be about 30 years in between victories for the take the Jags. The Jags are going to run away. They're way better than the Colts. They're going to win the AFC South. Colts will probably be a wild card team. They're better than the Bengals and the Browns and the Ravens, so there won't be a wild card in the North, and there won't be a wild card in the East. It was maybe the Patriots are going to be in around the 8th seed. I think that's where they are in the standings right now. The Patriots are a bubble team. It's going to be the AFC West in the wild card and the AFC South. So take the Jags, and then Rams on the road in Baltimore, easy win. Then we won't even talk about that. The Baltimore's is nothing. The Rams are gonna. This was one of the most hyped games of the season, honestly. The Rams have circled the Ravens like this, and we are waiting to go in there. Hi, Sunshine. How are you, TN? How's it hanging? It's hanging over Baltimore's neck. We're about to drop it on them. And okay, Tennessee at Vegas in the who can look decent. Raiders just lost. These got destroyed, and the Tennessee pulled off a 1-point win. At least you have to score more than 1 point to win a game. I'm gonna take the Raiders probably to win that game. Cincinnati and Green Bay. Joe Burrow will never play. He has to wait 8 years to go back to get a chance to play the Packers. And Joe Burrow's done. Joe Burrow misses this game in Green Bay, his career's over. Now he's lucky he might have played Green Bay 4 years ago. He lost to Green Bay in the 2001 season opener, probably. Yeah, 5 years ago, week 1, Joe Burrow played his only game versus Green Bay he's ever going to play in his career. He'll never play Green Bay again. So the Bengals are not going to beat Green Bay. Green Bay is considered one of the best teams in the football. They're coming in off a loss, right? So take the Packers. The 49ers at Tampa Bay. 49ers are kind of barely get squeaking by there. They had some close games. They're not the most dominant 4-1 team. But Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield just choked in Seattle, right? No, he did. Did they pull off the win in Seattle? Last night. I'll just scroll my damn webpage. Yeah, Baker took the Bucs up to 4-1. The 49ers are 4-1. Both teams have the same record. Lean on the home team. The under on Green Bay. Over under 44. There's no reason the Green Bay is going to have to score over 20 points to beat the Bengals. So definitely take the under, because the Bengals are going to have a single field goal. That's it. They might score 2 field goals, but they're going to put up similar to the same week as today. Detroit went easy. Everybody said Detroit weren't going to take the Bengals lightly. No, it's okay. Everybody's going to take the Bengals as a week off. So, and it's at home. I mean, we're talking about the Bengals at home couldn't score more than 3 versus Detroit. So they'll probably get shut out. Has any team ever hit the over on a shutout? Is that possible? Can you hit the over on a shutout? So if you expect the shutout, bro, we expect the shutout. You can't take the over. And what's the final game of the week? Where's that shit? Where's my schedule? Over at San Francisco at Tampa. They'll be playing at the same time. The Titans in Vegas are, what's the over? 41. There's probably none of the 1 o'clock games should be over. I would take the under on all 3 10 o'clock games. Spontaneous human synchronization if I can watch every game at the same time, then everybody's watching every game at the same time, and the person that, you know, nobody's trying to outscore each other. It's not a race to 50 points. It's a race to not hit 50. Teams do not want to hit 50. Nobody scores 50 points in a football game. And everybody going out to play at 1 o'clock, that's the Titans and Raiders, Bengals and Packers, 49ers and Bucks. I'm leaning the home team in all three games. I'm leaning on the Raiders to have a low-scoring game, not to whoop it up and like score 40 on make the Titans look even worse. They're not trying to embarrass these other cities. But I can see Tampa going up 20-3, and the 49ers not getting a touchdown. It's been a long time. 49ers might just kick 3 field goals, and the story will be about how accurate their field goal kicker is, but they just couldn't get any touchdowns, and they're not going to hit the over. So I know, would you say you don't think so? You don't like my take on the under at Green Bay. You think Green Bay is going to somehow let 44 points go onto the damn board? Because a competent game will be played and the Green Bay will have to pull out the big guns. That's ridiculous. Only Tampa Bay could accidentally give up a bunch of points to the 49ers and then still win. Because Tampa is a 4-1 team. The 49ers are a 4-1 team. These are going to be low-scoring games. The final game is the Detroit at Kansas City. If all the other games are still as low scoring as this next week, could be a low scoring week all across the board. So probably take the over in just to hedge your bets. Chiefs and Lions going to be a big high scoring game. Okay, because it's the final game of the day. The Lions won't be in Arrowhead Stadium for another 8 years, except they play in the preseason a lot. I think they even did probably. And the Bears played went to the Kansas City for the preseason this year. Kansas City had 2 preseason games at home this year. One, let's see, who was first? Was it the Eagles? Uncle. Okay, Kansas City preseason. Good morning, it's 9-Star Galaxy. Uncle. Oh no, I scratched it. Let's not make it a habit of making it look like I cry. I'm crying with my makeup. No, that is not the design I'm going for. Wrong finger, Ted. Slow down. Slow down, Ted. Better. Yeah, I'll take the Lions and Chiefs for the over. Chiefs preseason still. Cardinals, Seahawks, and Bears. That's who they played. NFC. The Chiefs had a weird preseason. They played 3 NFC teams. I'm closing tabs. Monday night Buffalo, Atlanta. That's the type of a game Buffalo should hit the over. The spread is only Buffalo by 3. There's 2 Monday night games, and only two teams have a bye week. Minnesota and Houston. They played in the preseason. The Vikings preseason was all versus purple helmets. The Vikings preseason was the Titans, the Texans, and probably the Chargers. Yeah. I need a double check. Now, who's going to actually win the game, KC or Detroit? You have KC covering the points, and the over will triple your bet. So you have KC winning. And it's been a couple of weeks since America has seen the Kansas City win. That's highly possible because the Packers have a tie, and nobody's running away with the North. It could be a tie game. But yeah, Vikings probably win. What is this? Chiefs probably win, yeah, because it's a Monday night game. There's 2 Monday night games. Amazing how that Washington and the Bears, huh? Who cares? Kansas City. Could Atlanta put up a fight on Buffalo? How is the Bears over under 50 points? Who the hell thinks the Bears are going to have the highest point total of next week? So the Bears, who's going to take the over? Definitely take the under on, 50 points. Over under 40, Washington by. My line says KC is 1-5 on ESPN. So unless we're looking at different things, KC. Why is my shit all fuzzy? Yeah, no. This is KC 1.5, over under 50. I have to wash my camera on the back side of my phone. What the hell was that? One more cigarette left in the pack. Burning one. So with only one team on bye next week, there are 15 games, which is better than we only had 14 games this week, and the 10 o'clock slot will have 7 games in the morning instead of 6. So it'll be 1 game in London, then 7, then 3, then 1. That should be 14. No -1 for the double header on Monday night. It'll be the same schedule as today. Six games at 1 o'clock. 2 games on Monday night. The last Monday night doubleheader wasn't very. I didn't really get into the. It was the Chargers, right, last week. Just crazy scores yesterday. No more undefeated teams. No more winless teams. So everybody has a win. Everybody has a loss. I think 3 winless teams had to pull off that upset, and 2 undefeated. That means like 5 of those games are like, what the fuck just happened? Who was winless before yesterday? The Titans, the Dolphins, the Saints. Actually, I'll be high. Okay, the Jets are winless. That's the shocker. There is a win. There is football. There is a place where football is bad, and that is the Jets. Yeah. Because they gave up 14 unanswered points in like 2 minutes. Then they dropped the game by 15. Are there any historically significant games next week, though? Like the Super Bowl rematches? Nope. It's almost a mundane week of non. What makes the season bad? I don't know. I think you said last Jets season that was good. Well, 2010. I don't live near. I mean, I'm not in New York. I don't really pay attention to the most recent good time the Chargers were good, let alone the last. If you're not a good team, you really don't get anybody paying attention to you. That like the Chargers and Jets, Bears, Panthers. Cardinals. Vikings. Overachieve, The NFL doesn't appreciate overachievers. maybe they were good for with Aaron Rodgers. They won the game. So even 2 years ago, they looked decent. So just the Jets are a world class organization on paper. You have this. You think they're practicing ninjutsu or karate or some kind of wrestling, like boiled down to it is people running 10 steps and turning, or taking two steps and bumping into each other. Like, it's just a couple quick steps and then a reset. And basketball is by far more dangerous and destructive on the human body. Joe Burrow wanted to play basketball, not with that foot. Be lucky to play football in a cast. He'll be the first guy looking at, can I get a robotic toe? Can you just amputate the fucking toe? They should just amputate his guy. He's gonna get Tommy John surgery on his foot. He needs a prosthetic toe. He won't be able to walk straight anymore. I like to see him limp. I'd like to see my football players limp. I want to see the game break. I want to see them get broken by the game. Like Steve Young. Like when they twisted Ken Anderson's neck, everybody's like, man, his neck went all the way around. They're laughing at the Bengals, Ken Anderson. Basketball is just harder on your body. You need your entire body. If you have any weakness anywhere, you can't. Unless they slow it down like YMCA basketball. Or basketball by luck. See, exposure to the elements is it's harder to play baseball because you have to stand outside. I don't know everything. I just speculate. No tie game, so the first quarter of the season is over, and it's also the first quarter of the 20th of the century. But it's my second quarter, and I'm turning 50. 24, 5 years last century, 25 of this century. There's 9,000 people who got nuked in Hiroshima that are still alive. So worry about them. And then you can take care of yourself, because the resources required to keep them alive have crippled the rest of the world. They have that Japanese welfare. They all get paid. You didn't know that they get their nuke food stamps. They don't. All they do is take care of themselves at everybody else's expense. And there were white people that were got nuked there too. The how all the Japanese people survived Hiroshima. They just didn't help the white people because the white people needed help too, and none of the white people survived Hiroshima. So who's the real victims? Who's the real victims? The 8 POWs from Norway. There was only 30 confirmed foreigners in the nuke zone. But not just Japanese people were lost. And they all survived because they could give everybody else the middle finger, and they still get paid. They're called high bomb survivors because it's a bomb that blows up in the air. They don't call it a nuke. They call it the high bomb. It's all about perspective. I see both. Nagasaki it was Hiroshima. I don't think they had any white guys. It was down in Nagasaki where there was a couple bamboo pits or whatever they put people. One of those real classy Japanese cells they keep. I don't even know what they call us, okay? Why did they attack Pearl Harbor? I don't know. Because all the idiots worked in the Navy, and if you actually had a technical job, you could transfer to Manchuria. Manchuria had a lot of good battles. Or did they? It was the Manchurians that were pushing into Tibet, and they changed the border with Afghanistan. But that was that a different Manchu warlord? Either way, the Manchuria gets credit for securing Western China. They fucked up at Pearl Harbor by keeping 2 waves of planes that were in the air. So they only hit with three out of 5 formations that were sent. Could you imagine? Here comes Pearl Harbor, and it's a 5, and they're gonna hit you with all 5 fingers, but 2 of them fall off and just go back to their carriers. And so the 3 formations, they circled Pearl Harbor maybe twice, maybe 3 times. I was there, man. I was there. I've never been to Hawaii. It's 9:27 on a Monday. That means beef. Beef. And the TV in the kitchen is working. Nice. I'm waiting for free coffee. The free coffee will be ready at 10:30. Thanks for reminding me. So hot food in 2 hours, free coffee in 1 hour. One cigarette will be gone in less than 3 minutes. Okay. The radio is not plugged in. The microphone on my laptop computer is deactivated. Some of the keys on the keyboard are doing funny things, like the mute button is opening the help button. The microphone down button opens a search thing. The F1, all the F1 keys are acting funny on this computer. So it could have been because the update. I'm on that Windows 11, and Windows 12 is really due out. Really due out soon. This device, laptop, should easily. No, I lost the receipt. I threw away the box. This $330 computer is not like a tombstone, you know. This is. I don't even look at porn on this thing. Okay, like it's only for watching YouTube, checking scores. There's no social media on the. I did not sign into social media on this laptop. I mean, my Google account. That's my YouTube. I need to get my World of Warcraft account back. That's about it. But I'm not working on that too. So I can do that. That's why I want to go back to Best Buy for Labor Day next year and get that crazy ass sale deal on the new computer next year. Plexico Burris. This is the biggest football story since Plexico Burris shot himself in the leg at the club. But he wants to think Sanchez isn't just as stupid. Jeremy Shockey was the guy that did the best. Like, he left New York, he took the Saints to the Super Bowl. He doesn't get any credit. He was a tight end. He's just a tight end. He was like a prototype for Gronkowski. He was a New York Giant tight end. He should have been on Eli's 2 teams, but he was down with the Saints. You know, there was a time you turn on ESPN to see the scores because the games would all happen. You couldn't even get an update you didn't have no idea what the hell is going on. All you see is the Jeremy Shockey highlights. He was the most exciting player in the entire league. Was Jeremy Shockey ever the face of football? In 2002 to 2007, Shockey quickly became one of the most dynamic and recognizable players in the league. Now he's a fat ass. Two-time champion. He played once with the Giants, once with the Saints. Trying to power watch the house and eat lunch. Okay, I'll see you later. Hey, it was an hour episode. Good job. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'll have my radio working. It'll be less ASMR next episode. Get you. And then Chaotic Bliss pops in. Wrapping up the episode. See you next time. I make it here. You want me to say, because Jesus, I ended it.